Good morning, everybody from Slam the Gavel. We're having a little coffee talk here with Deanna Kloostra. She is a family court certified trauma coach, and she's got some really great ideas about writing a motion on dog child support. And in this motion, we want to tell the judge why you need support for your pet. And in most jurisdictions, pets are considered property rather than children. So there's no legal obligation for one spouse to pay support for the pets. However, in some cases, some courts might order one party to pay for the care of a pet as part of a divorce settlement and custody arrangement for other dogs. Okay, so I welcome you, Deanna Kloostra. Tell us more about your idea for this dog child support motion contest.
Okay, so I wanted to come up with a contest. So when COVID happened, I kind of fell off the face of the earth. I took a job and I was crazy busy. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you. I was working 80 hours a week, and it just got crazy. And just to make ends meet, you had to work 80 hours a week. So I ended up having some time off from work, and I finally took all of my trainings that I've done, and I said, I'm going to finally start my coaching business. And so I started that. I want to reach parents who are in the family court system who have been traumatized. It's my passion. And I'm like, I need a challenge. I want some kind of a challenge, but I want it to be educational. So as I was researching, I came across dog child support. And I thought, oh my God, this would be a great challenge. So what I want people to do is I want people to write a motion to their judge. Okay, so now this is just a spoof thing. It's not really going to go to your judge, but write a motion to your judge why it is you need child support for your dog. Okay. And so, I talk about the very beginning, you have the 5 W's, just like when you're writing a motion, it's going to be the who, the what, the when, the where, the why. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put in your current laws on dog child support. If you don't have that, or you can also look up laws on animals because children got their rights from animals. So, we want to educate people about that. When I first learned about that, I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Children didn't even have any laws. Animals had rights before children. That's so
Mhm.
ridiculous. But, we know this system is ridiculous anyways.
Yes.
So after that, we want you to put in some case law into your motion. And there probably isn't a lot of case law out there. So if you want to make up your own, you can make it funny. You can make it Wags versus Wolf or Doodles or Wags or whatever, right? And kind of make that up. And then in the end, what we want you to do is we want you to tell your judge how they can get a kickback from Title IV defunding. Okay, so people don't understand what Title IV defunding. So Title IV is actually our Social Security. And when they say in 10 years there's going to be no Social Security, there's going to be no Social Security. If you understood how they are blowing that money, and it's going to actually government employees. But Title 4D is for the divorce court. And what happens is judges get like a kickback. So that's why they charge as much child support as they can. And they want to get that child support because they get a percentage. So I don't know what it is. So say like for every dollar, they get 10 cents or something like that. That money goes into their retirement money. So they're taking our retirement money for their employees, government employees to retire on. So that is why you pay such a high price in child support. Exactly. So then
Because
to end it, we want everybody to write the motion in Times New Roman 12 font, which is the American Psychological Association, how they want everything written up. And I don't even think people even realize that motions, that's how they're actually written up, is through that. So then you do that, and then you're going to email it to me. So my email is dkfxcourttrauma@gmail.com. And then somehow I'm going to put this up on social media so people can vote on it. And then Marianne and I will decide who the winning factor is. And the winning person will get to be on Marianne's podcast and get to tell their story. And they'll also get a 90-minute free session from me.
that's awesome. I think this is
So
a great idea. This is educational because a lot of people don't know how to write a motion. I mean, I had to learn, and it's like a template. if you don't know how to write it, you can look up, a template to write a motion and something will pop up. It will guide you.
Right. I actually used to give away a free one. If you emailed me, I would send it. It would just automatically go to the person and they could fill it out and boom, there it is. I actually teach people how to do that too. I'll do groups sometimes if somebody's interested in doing that. If I get enough people, I'll do a group
Mhm,
and teach people how to do that. And then one of the things I learned is I learned how about hypnosis, and I'm now certified in hypnosis.
mhm,
And I was scared to death to stand in front of my judge.
mhm,
And I used to shake, but I'm like, you know what, this is for my kids and I'll do anything for my kids. And I thought, man, if I could have been hypnotized to like relax me or make me not so scared. So I got certified in hypnosis so I can provide that to people as well if they're just really afraid of going in front of their judge.
mhm.
And I've got a very well-known judge who's not nice. It's funny. It seems like the women judges are the worst.
Oh, yes, yes, they are mostly, yeah, I have to unfortunately agree. I have a petition going at change.org, and that is on Judge Elizabeth Kelly to remove her from the bench. If people can go onto that, I'll put that in the podcast notes that they can sign. And the more signatures, the better. And that was my child support judge who jailed me and further um, did a lot of damage to my family and myself.
Wow. And it's a female, right?
Yes.
And I had a female judge. It's amazing. It's just, yeah.
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 So really, I mean, I don't want to bring feminism into it, but they didn't do us any favors.
Right, right. Yeah, I know. It's and in the whole family court system is crazy. And when people hear this, when I seen this, I'm texting Marianne, and I was like,
Yep.
what the F, right? And she's like, crazy, right? We're just going back and forth on how this is so crazy, but it's the court system and this is the stuff that they do, and it's crazy. And so
Mhm.
yeah, so I think this is the perfect challenge if you're thinking about representing yourself, but you're nervous in doing it and nervous in writing a motion. This is perfect.
Definitely. And if you don't understand the font that, we're talking about, just do your best. You know what?
Yeah.
Look at one of your motions that you have gotten and use that as a template. Like you don't have to give your spouse's name. You don't even have to give your judge's name. You can make up names, you know.
Right.
So don't feel too pressured by trying to get everything completely, we're just trying to help you learn how to get it done the right way. But if you don't understand, don't be put off by that.
Right. And we're looking for, just to make sure that you have the five W's in there and whatever. And then we're just looking for humor. That's what we're really looking for because, the humor is what's going to get people to come and say, oh my gosh, this is absolutely crazy. It shows the craziness of the court and that, we're not crazy because we're always the crazy ones, right? When we talk
Right.
about and people are like, oh, they're crazy. This shit doesn't happen. Well, it happens.
It does. It does. I hate to say it. Unbelievable, which could lead us into another podcast, which there will be in the future, Dina.
Right. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Is there any other words of advice you can give a parent? Oh, other than not adding emotion into the motion. Keep
Right, right. You don't, yeah, you want to keep it professional and you want to keep it to the facts is how you want to keep it. Yep.
okay.
And the only other thing I would say is, representing yourself, you can do so much. Attorneys are not there for you. They actually work for the court.
Mhm.
And when I tell parents, when you write your motion and or the judge or the attorney writes and you go in there, they already have the stuff planned out.
Yeah.
When you write your own motion and you throw some stuff in there, they got to work, right? They're not just sitting like, this is what we're going to do with this case. They now have to read what you said. They're now like, oh, how are we going to come about this? I actually, one time, I filed an invoice, right? And the judge admitted that they were wrong and I had filed an invoice. They were sending me some information about a bill, but they couldn't send it to me because I have a domestic violence case. And I'm like, I've
Mhm.
had the same address for 9 years. I've been in here, God, sometimes every other month, and you've never mentioned this to me. And because I have a degree, I represent myself, and so all of the stuff that I had to do to come in there, I actually wrote an invoice. I ended up getting like a fine that I had to pay for. And then they were trying to tell me that I didn't pay for the whole thing. And I thought, really? Do you really want me to come back in here? Because when I come back in here, I'm adding to this invoice and submitting it at the same time to get paid. And
Mhm.
finally, they said that they had received all of the funds. And I never pay them by my checking account. I always pay them in a money
Mhm. Mhm.
order. Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that because I was told the same thing. Because even though you're acting as a pro se, you should be paid as if you are an
Right.
attorney.
Right. And if they mess up, they should be paying me.
Exactly, because there's so
Mhm.
many mess ups. Uh,
Right.
that's another podcast in itself. So
Right.
again,
Right.
Dina, tell us your email again, just so people know, and I will put it in the podcast notes.
Okay. So it's DKFX. I'm sorry. It's DKFX Court Trauma at gmail.com.
Gotcha. And thank you so much. And don't jump off. And thank you all for enjoying coffee talk with us on Slam the Gavel. Thank you, Dina.
All right. You have a great day. Thanks, Marianne.
Thank you.